Bottom. Hi there, and welcome to the Fast Track Confident Communicator Mastermind. Today, we're going to be talking about authority, building authority in the workplace and communicating with confidence. I am joined by Mr. Bill Phillips, who has been helping people for over 40 years really hone their skills in leadership, in influence, and communication. Bill has trained alongside Mr. John Grinder, one of the two co-founders of neuro-linguistic programming, and he now runs a global consultancy for coaches with partners around the world. So, hi there, Bill.
Hi, Laura. Nice to see you again.
You too, you too. And so today we're sort of talking about how to create authority in the workplace, and what we're going to cover very quickly in this call is really why does it matter, and you know, what do you need to do, you know, why do you need to do it. So in a kind of very quick summary, as a snapshot of the longer conversation that we've had, why is authority important to people working in different environments? Why do we need the authority?
Well, sometimes we're given authority by the role that we hold, for example, or we're given authority deliberately by the boss or the team leader and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
The issue of authority is being taken notice of, really. I think that's fundamentally it. So how can you operate in such a way that you build people, the habit in the people that you work with of taking notice of you? And
Right.
so whenever you speak with authority.
Okay.
That's the issue really, is what is that and how do you get to it?
So having authority, it's not that it changes the way that you do your physical job, but actually it's about communicating in the workplace to the people in the workplace and getting people to listen to you and your point of view. And that is why it is important. And, you know, if we spoke very briefly about what those components are of what is authority and what sort of makes up someone who has authority, what are the components of that sort of profile of personality?
Well, I guess one thing that people notice in someone who speaks and behaves with authority is they just seem congruent. Everything lines up. What they say, their body agrees with, so to speak. Much of the time, what we notice either consciously or unconsciously when we're uncertain about somebody is that what comes out of their mouth doesn't really match what their body's telling us. It's almost like the mixed messages.
Right.
So I think this alignment of messages is one of the things that gives us a sense of congruence, that the person knows what they're talking about, they act as if they know, and in fact what they say is persuasive.
And actually, when you know what you're talking about, but you don't line that stuff up, when you're not looking confident in what you're saying, it doesn't matter how good what, you know, the content is, it really, as you say, needs to be congruent, and you need to be able to confidently sort of engage people with what you're saying. So, you know, and I think you get to a level in your career, don't you, where people aren't going to go, oh, they're really good at the job, and pay lots of attention to you because you're new or you're young. You get to a point where you have to start communicating that to the people that you work with. And I think one of the other things that you mentioned in the sort of longer version of this is about being able to listen carefully and listen and pay attention to people. And I think that's something that is maybe a little bit surprising of what you'd expect when we're talking about authority and confidence, and that is paying attention and listening to people, as well as being confident and congruent in what you're saying.
Well, in fact, I think one of the things that enables you to be confident and congruent is you're reading the messages that are coming back to you from the people that you're talking to. If you've already made that connection with those people, eye contact, they know that when you speak to them, you're really listening to them because of the way that you give them your attention. All of those things add up to someone who you might say has charisma, but what they really mean is this person pays attention, and it's flattering to be paid attention to. It feels very nice when someone gives you their attention. And one of the reasons why it feels so nice and rare is because it is relatively rare.
Yeah, yeah.
People find it quite hard to give you their attention because very often their own attention is occupied with what's going on their minds.
Yeah. So building authority in the workplace, it's important because it engages people and people listen to you and people pay attention to you, and it obviously facilitates your career, your projects, your work, whatever it is that you're doing and needing to engage people. And you do that by being confident and congruent in how you communicate, and you pay attention to people and you listen, which I think is really important to do anyway, but a really good strategy for building authority and charisma and confidence, sort of all wrapped up into the way that you interact with people.
Yeah, it's about building high quality relationships, I think.
High quality relationships. Perfect. Well, if you want to find out more, get in touch and you can see the extended version of this, and we will talk where we'll talk about actually how you go about doing this. So look forward to catching up with you soon, Bill, and see you soon.
It's a pleasure as always, Laura.
Thanks very much.
And you. Bye-bye.